This year was always going to be the year of transformation. This moon is going to be a feisty one. It is hotting up. Hello, my name is Lucy Davis and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, before I go into the full moon information for the month of July 2020, I am finally home after a few weeks of traveling in and around Europe. It has been absolutely magical. However, I've had to stay on top of what's been going on because it's been one heck of a fiery month so far. Now, before I went away, I left you with a few videos. And as you know, I haven't really been on too much since then because I've been focusing on the energy work that I've been doing in and around Europe. However, I am certain when I say that this month of July has been absolutely off the wall so far. If you are somebody who is keeping up to date with things, I pre-warned you in the energy update for this month to buckle up, and my goodness, was that sound advice. How important has that message been for all of us? And we're not even halfway through yet. It's been an extremely fast-paced month, and it is not going to let up, particularly with this full supermoon that is actually happening today. I'm very late in filming this full moon video because I only landed back in the UK yesterday, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't actually going to put this video out, but I had a couple of people message me and say, are you going to do the full moon video? And I'll be honest, initially I was like, are you guys joking? Like, you guys do know what I've been up to, right? And then I thought to myself, do you know what? Take 30 minutes out, Lucy, get this video done. I've channeled the information a short time ago because I had every intention of doing it and putting it out. However, my schedule just did not allow it. I have been extremely busy in a really good way. So please don't think that I am putting it down at all. It has been such an incredible opportunity. Okay, so what has been going on this month for me to be able to say that I was absolutely right in letting you know to buckle up? We have had the Georgia Stones collapse. Very interesting. That created a huge ripple in and around the world. We have had the UK government starting to collapse. We had something ridiculous, I was told, up into the 50s of people within the Conservative Party quitting, that obviously led to the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, actually standing down. We also have had multiple fires in Rome. So all of these things may seem very separate. However, they are not. It is hotting up. And this full moon is going to be giving us even more energy to be stoking that fire. So as I've kind of alluded to, this moon is going to be a feisty one. Wherever you focus your attention, your thoughts, your words, you will be bringing it in to experience it big time. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited about it. For me, this is the month where things really start to shift. They start to go in a different direction. We have got solar flares apparently coming in. We've got lots of different bits and pieces. I see that through the rest of July into August, and into September, definitely being extremely feisty, and this will ripple out until the end of this year. This year was always going to be the year of transformation, and this, in my opinion, is where it starts to get interesting. So the full moon information for this beautiful full super moon that is happening today at around 7:30 if you are here in England. Power struggles. There is going to be a huge amount of power and resistance and control that is surfacing that needs to come up so that we can dismantle it and we can move through it. There's going to be intense like very extreme emotions taking place as we are doing that. So these power struggles, I think the government is a very good example of that. People have been unhappy for a very long time now. You know, just normal, average, everyday people are starting to question the purpose of the government. So what do we need to do there? We need to be looking at how we can start to reshape it without a government. I truly believe that anybody that is still talking about governments at this particular time, and, you know, I'm not going to get drawn into a political conversation because it's just not my bag. However, what I will say is if we are still focusing on having a governed future going forwards, then for me personally, that's not the vibration that I'm choosing. I'm choosing a vibration. I'm choosing a world. I am choosing a life whereby the government is nothing to do with it. You know, we don't need the government because we can make decisions and we can come together and communities can decide. We don't need this overarching government which basically, you know, takes our money and decides what to do with that money. That's just not the way that I see my world going. So like I said a short time ago, whatever you're focusing your attention and your thoughts and your words on, you're going to be bringing it in. So for me personally, that is nothing to do with my life. So that won't be appearing in my life. I cannot say this enough to you. I've been talking about this for a very long period of time now. We must be very clear with what it is that we want, because whatever it is that we want, even if it's something that we don't want, if we focus on it, we're going to be bringing it in. Now, this has been around a little while now, but I just want to put it in this term for you. So I've been talking around the Hall of Mirrors for a very long period of time, around the healing that's coming up, about taking responsibility for all and everything that we're doing and we're saying, and, you know, the vibration that we're bringing into our lives. However, I'm going to say it to you in this way today, in the hope that this might actually activate you. We are currently in a process of resetting our karma. Anything that you have put out to people, good, bad, and ugly, will be coming to your door to be healed right now. This is what I mean when I talk about the Hall of Mirrors. This is where you have to look at all of your lumps and bumps, every decision that you've made, and take responsibility for it. Another way of putting that is obviously resetting karma. You cannot be really mean to somebody or not pay somebody for something and expect that vibration not to come back to you. You know, I've had a very, very interesting 2022 whereby, you know, I was put in situations where people were actually very nasty, and I got to see a side of people that I had to see. I then got, you know, money that was owed to me that never came to me. Lots of different things like this. And this is about resetting the karma of it. Those people will be feeling the Hall of Mirrors in regard to what the part that they played in that. And that's not from a victim perspective. That's an absolute, wow, this is what took place and this is what took place. There's no emotion in that whatsoever. You know, thankfully, I'm in a position where I said, you know what? I'm not going to chase that money. I know that they owe me that money, but I'm not going to chase it because I don't want to be in that person's vibration anymore. And this is where I perhaps should have stood up and actually chased that money, or I should have done something about it rather than just being like, do you know what? I'm just going to ignore that person and pretend they don't exist. You know, this is what I'm talking about now. Good, bad, and ugly. We are having to face it. We have no choice but to face it. You may be recognizing that there is a massive cleanup mission taking place in and around the world. Some of the work that I've been doing recently in Europe has been huge, from a sense of we are cleansing the planet. We are literally resetting things. We are bringing things much, much more back into alignment so that we can actually allow these boosts in positive energy and creative energy to come through. Talking of creativity, this full moon is going to bring in a whole new revamped energy in regards to creativity. If you are writing a book like myself right now, please know that you are going to get like a boot up the bottom to help catapult this in stepping forwards. Likewise, maybe if you're designing something, or maybe you're looking to put a project together or run a retreat or something like that, now is the time to be using this feisty energy to be bringing it in and allowing it to create itself very quickly. Things are not going to be taking as long to manifest anymore. We can literally set the intention, and as long as it's for the greatest good of humanity, and as long as it's pure and it's in alignment with our authenticity, it will be happening just like that. So please recognize that. But likewise, if you are thinking sabotaging thoughts like that, they're going to be coming in. We are in a period of time whereby time is no longer existing. Everything is happening very, very quickly, as long as it is authentic. And if you are somebody who sabotages behind closed doors, that's authentic to you. Like it or not, it's authentic to you. It might not be your essence, the core that you believe, but if you are sabotaging and it's been a pattern for some time, trust me, you will manifest that extremely quickly. I see a period of time coming from, over the next few days after the full moon for the next few months, as I suggested, whereby we are going to be getting some disruptions. We're going to be getting disruptions in the shape of people wanting more freedoms, people wanting, the word freedom has been coming up massively for me over the last week or two. And I just feel people are ready to say enough is enough. I don't know if maybe there's going to be a new wave of virus or sickness or something coming in, and they're going to do their best to lock people down again or something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But I feel that there's going to be disruptions, and there are going to be protests. There are going to be people standing up and saying, I'm not taking this anymore. We're not doing this. We've been here. You've taken away the last 2 years of our lives, and we're just not doing it anymore. That's the kind of like feistiness I'm feeling coming out of this full moon. Likewise, I really do feel, we've already had it, right? But we are going to be having a massive shift in regards to truth and revelations, okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Do I think that some truths are going to come out about the government? Absolutely, yes, I do. Do I think that there's going to be truths coming out about the food chains and the petrol? And yes, I do. Do I believe that there's going to be truths coming out about the financial systems and, or a lot of the other systems that are taking place? Yes, I do. Now is the time whereby everything is going to start really coming to surface. There is nowhere to hide. The light is shining so bright right now. It is going to be shining in the little crevices where all of the darkness has been hiding and getting away with it for a very long period of time. Now, what with major truths and revelations, we need to have the confidence to share how we're feeling. That is going to be an additional part of the energy that comes through for this full moon. You will be able to confidently and carefully and consciously be able to say where you are at, what you are feeling, without feeling guilty or without feeling shameful. Now, that works in every sense of this. Every sense of communication. If you are feeling very strongly about something, about a truth or a revelation that you have identified, but also if you've fallen head over heels in love with somebody, or, you're starting to have feelings for somebody or something, now is the time to really be sharing that. You cannot and will not get out of this by recognizing that the truth needs to be spoken. You cannot just expect the government and people like that to speak the truth, which we know right up until now, they've never spoken any truth. They've actually spoken a lot of, in fact, no, they speak about 70% truth to hook us all in, but then they, obviously tell us quite a lot of, spells, for want of better words, and things to lead us down a different path. There is going to be a continued massive awakening taking place on the planet. That's why these truths need to come up. We have got nowhere to hide with this. Everything must come to the surface. Now, I know a couple of years ago, people were saying, we're draining the swamp, we're draining the swamp, this is happening, that's happening. This is actually a period of time that is having to take place now for us to awaken the whole of humanity, which is what a number of us have committed to doing this lifetime. A lot of people are still talking about division, and there is a timeline where I see where we divide. However, there are a lot of us at the moment that are really looking for us to go together as one. Obviously leaving the darkness, if they choose not to heal, behind. This awakening, this spiritual awakening, this awakening of humanity is going to have a new massive wave taking place imminently over the coming days or months. It is going to be extremely dramatic for the rest of this year. So we may as well embrace it. We may as well recognize it. And we may as well just own the fact that that is what's going to happen. It is our responsibility to own the way that we feel, okay? If you are somebody who loves a drama, be very aware that the more drama that you like, the more drama that you're going to pull in. Now, for me personally, I prefer peace. So as the drama is unfolding, I'm going to come back to myself. I actually had a very funny situation today. I had a couple of people tell me something where my name had been raised in a situation. And I was like, right, that's it. I'm going to go out and do a video. And then I was like, why would I do that? Like, that's just my ego. Why would I do that? I choose peace. I'm not going to play people's games. It's not my bag. You know, but it's very easy to allow your ego and allow, you know, the retaliation part of you to kick up. Why? Because we've been living in it for, you know, for me, 43 years, I've been living in that space. However, I'm choosing peace. I want to stay in peace. So I'm not going to go after, you know, highlighting and naming and shaming people. Not that that's my style anyway, by saying, hey, that isn't true what you're saying. You know, just let people think what they want to think. Stand in your truth, be the person that you are, because the more you resist, the more you fight, trust me, you're going to get more fight thrown at you. So just decide what it is that you want. And I am choosing love. I am choosing to move into a vibration whereby I can rise in love and I can be so peaceful, and I'm going to be around the people that also feel the same. My conscious community is going to be one loaded with love. Loaded with love. That is where we are stepping into. We are stepping into the love vibration. We are stepping into a world of love. We are relinquishing all of the anger, the hurt, the pain, the resentment. We are stepping into a world of love. Does that resonate with you? Is that what you want? Or are you somebody that the word love still makes you feel a bit cringeworthy? We must focus on this without wavering, without questioning, without having any doubt whatsoever. I know that some of the things that are going to come up to be revealed as truth are going to make you think, oh my gosh, and step into fear. It's at that point that we bring it back into love. If you can bring it back into love without question, you are going to be moving into a much, much higher vibration. Relationships are going to be under the spotlight through this full moon. You are going to be with people that make you feel so warm that you literally cannot imagine your life without them. You are going to be drawn to the radiators. You will also be shown very clearly those people who are gaslighting and using narcissism to hold you back. Now, all of the governments around the world, for example, they're a really good example of narcissism. They give, you know, they give you a little bit and then they whip it all away. They give you a little bit and then they whip it all away. They up the prices of petrol. They up the cost of taxation and living and things like that. This is what they're doing right now. Oh, well, we're going to give you this money and then we're going to take it all back. It's very, very interesting. And this is why I don't get involved in any of that stuff. And at no point do I ever get involved in taking money from the government. And I appreciate that some people have to, but I won't, because I'm not playing their game. Now, a lot of people have asked me recently about the voting fraud, and I do feel that that is going to come out soon. There is going to be a lot of information that surfaces. And I feel as if the information that's going to surface is going to shock people. I feel there's going to be drastic shifts that take place. People are no longer able to tolerate things. The cutoff point is here, it is now, and people are fed up. Now, we've been distracted for a little while because we've had all of our freedoms. We've had all of our, you know, we've been able to travel. I've just got back from 3 weeks away and it's only 10 days until I go away again. So, you know, like I am a great example of that. I've been able to be distracted by travel. However, I know that I just focus, I connect in and I allow the information to come through every single day. And I feel that the cutoff point has been reached and we are no longer going to tolerate any nonsense coming from any direction. And that includes things like the petrol and stuff like that as well. Excuse me. This is the period of time where you are recognizing, you are experiencing all that you have created in your mind, body, and soul. There is a shift taking place in humanity, and we are all starting to see much more clearly. It's like we've taken the goggles off and the goggles have been steaming. We are able to create everything that we manifest. If you are not living in the way that you so choose, Stop whinging. That's the word they gave me. It's not a word that I use. Stop whinging and start creating is what I am being shown. Enough of the noise. Enough of the noise already. It's time to step up, take our sovereignty back, and get ourselves into alignment. Nobody is coming to save us. Nobody is going to be doing that for us. It's time to step up and get things done. Use this full moon very, very wisely. Use this full moon to let go. Repurpose your life. There are going to be many difficult conversations that arise during this full moon period and going through into August and September. Use beautiful words to deliver the messages. Put clear boundaries in place. And it is okay to tell people no. Now, normally, as you guys know, I would pop in a cheeky little full moon exercise at this point. However, my recommendation to each and every one of you watching this is to take some time and really listen to this video, maybe listen to it 2 or 3 times and see the vibrations that you need to pick up. My fear at the moment is everybody is so distracted by what's going on over here and what's going on over there that they're actually forgetting that they need to do the work themselves. We're always constantly looking for other people, you know, even the people that were chasing me about this video, like there's obviously they've become dependent on these videos, and that's fabulous that they enjoy them, that they like them. But it's very important that we start to recognize, you know, what parts of these videos have you gone, oh wow, yeah, I've started doing that naturally. Oh yeah, I didn't realize actually that must have been part of the full moon energy. We must start taking our sovereignty back. We really must start stepping up and recognizing who and what we are and what it is that we choose for our future. Focus on the creation. Focus on who you want to be around. Focus on where you want to be going. You know, I was asked a question over the weekend, like, where do I see myself living longer term? And, you know, as much as I love England, when this work is done, I would like to be in a country that's slightly more consistent with the weather. I'm not very good with this, these cold winters. I'm not that it's cold at the moment, clearly, because I'm in a summer dress. I'm not very good with the cold in the winter. So, you know, I know that I'm here for a while now. I know that I've got to do certain things to make sure that we are in alignment before we can step forwards. But quite frankly, I would like to be in a country where I can grow my own fruits and vegetables very easily, that there's plenty of sunshine and things like that. So, you know, and that was my honest answer to them is I love being home in the UK, and I always thought I'd be back in Australia, and that's shifted a little bit recently. But I do feel that, you know, a warmer country would be more resonant to my sweet little soul. So start to think about that. What does your future life look like? Where are you focusing? What can you do to start bringing it in? I couldn't speak then. You know, what do you need to do? Do you need to create some extra income streams? Like, just start to look at that, start to feel into that. Allow yourself to step up and into the life that it truly is that you would like to create. And this full moon energy, if you haven't noticed, it's blooming feisty. So we should be able to create everything at very, very, very quick speed. It's time. It's time for us. We need to learn what it is that we would like. And I said this in July energy update, and I think I even said it in the new moon update. We need to know who we are so that we know what we're going to accept and what we're prepared to accept. So there is no exercise this time around. It's very rare that I don't put an exercise in. It's just I haven't had time to channel one. So, but what I would be doing is looking at how can you create the life that you would love? Like, what does the life you look like, you know, the life that you desire, what does that look like to you? Ladies and gents, I hope you have found this video useful. I am going to be going live on Thursday with Mr. David Mahoney and Mr. Mark Atwood. We are going to be speaking all about the travels that I've done in and around Europe, not in and around Europe, in and around Ireland over the last few days. I'm really excited for that. I'm also going to be doing an Instagram live with the beautiful Abby Wynn later on this week on Friday at 1 p.m. what I will be doing from now is I will be doing a lot more lives on YouTube and Facebook, and I will also be doing the lives on Instagram. I will also continue to put these videos out, but what I'm looking to do is really involve more people and have some really beautiful conversations. Talking of conversations, some of you will be extremely excited to hear that Conscious Conversations is making a comeback in September, so do please keep an eye open for that. There will be the sign up. I might do the sign up in early September in readiness for, you know, the go live at some point in September, just so that you guys can go in and watch the old videos and things like that if you so choose. I'm super excited to be back with you. I've got a few more weeks of travel over the summer yet. And to be fair, I'm going to be going into the winter as well, but that's okay. I will be, I can do the videos on the road. That's what I've decided. I will do them on the road. So I love you guys to the moon and stars. Thank you so much for your patience over the last few weeks. I will be putting some content out. And also, just as a side note, there is some beautiful content coming out from David Mahoney and Mark Atwood based on what we have been doing. So ladies and gents, I will love you and leave you for there, and I will see you. I'm going live with the boys at 4 p.m. UK time tomorrow, so I will see you then. Lots of love, guys. Take care.